ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with the monthly readings for the month of June. Now, what do we have this month of June? What do we have? What do we have? Well, right off the bat, I can say that we start with a penumbral lunar eclipse, a lunar eclipse. Between the days of 5 and 6th of June. And what does that mean? The penumbral moon lunar eclipse, it will look like a round circle with light all around it. Penumbral is shadow, means shadow. This lunar eclipse is in Sagittarius. And then the next one takes place. That was a lunar eclipse. The next one takes place on June 21st. And it is a solar eclipse in Cancer with very intense and antagonistic energy, followed by unpredictable and difficult to follow events. And so this June has 2 moons and 2 eclipses, a solar and a lunar eclipse. So you can imagine on June 21st, the moon will block the sun over Africa, the Central African Republic, Congo, and Ethiopia, south of Pakistan as well, and northern India, and China, mostly all of China. You'll be able to see that. It's going to be very intense, June, with the potential to cleanse, the potential to purify, close some loops or wounds. That's really important to remember, or get rid of, eradicate some unconscious or borrowed patterns that we may have, which could be old or very, very old, and could be ours or from our ancestors. So the solar eclipse in Cancer on June 21st represents a great time, a propitious moment for letting go of the past. I'll say it again, letting go of the past. How many times have we heard that before? But only after we offer ourselves enough time for closure following some less pleasant events. So how are we going to conduct these readings this month? Let me show you the decks that I'll be using. I have the Egorov Tarot. It's a Russian deck. I got it in St. Petersburg. Gold edition of the Egorov Tarot. Beautiful deck, beautiful deck. Slightly different from the Universal Tarot deck. Then I have the Silver Witchcraft deck, which is one of my favorites. I always say it's one of my favorites. And then I have my Sibylla cards that you know I use all the time. And of course, I have my runes. So for those of you who are here for the first time, if you like what you see, do share, subscribe, and ring the notification button so you'll get notified. I would appreciate that. Enjoy these readings and write to me under each reading to tell me how it resonated. Tell us a little bit about your story. It's always nice to share our stories, especially in this time of social seclusion, and we are all in the same boat. We are. So enjoy the readings. Namaste. Hello, Libra. Here we are for June and your reading. Let's see what's in store for Libra for the month of June. Spirit, show me what's in store for Libra for the month of June. Show me what's in store for Libra for the month of June. Show me what's in store for Libra for the month of June. Libra for the month of June. One more. Let's see, Libra for the month of June. Okay, let me show you these first off. This is the 7 of Swords. Then we have a major arcana that's called the Sun Genius. The Sun Genius is equivalent to you can see that, the Temperance card. These cards work differently from the Rider-Waite. Knight of Wands, right, mirroring that. We've got the 8 of Cups. Then we've got the 4 of Wands and the Hermit card. Now, what am I looking at here for you, Libra? It seems that you come into the month with a sort of an attitude. All right, you come in with an attitude. You come in with an attitude and you start saying to yourself, come on, Libra, just hang loose. We need to relax. But then there's this fiery energy that you have inside of you, probably left over from things not said, things not done, things that were supposed to be done but haven't been, things that you wish you could have. Okay. So it's a lot about work here. I'm seeing a lot about work, but this Sun Genius has some other hidden message here. I'll take a look at that. Let's take a look, because towards the end of the month, I do see there is a very strong stability in your life. And at the cost, however, of you recoiling and you moving in. So it's sort of this push pull energy, Libra, where, those scales of the Libra, the balance, sometimes they go like this, sometimes they go like that. It becomes heavier on this side, heavier on that side. Let me show you. Let's see what we can look at. First of all, that Seven of Swords. Why this angriness? Anger. We've got the Queen of Coins. We've got the Three of Wands and the King of Swords. Now, and that is you, Libra. This is the air sign that you are, and you may be involved with an earth sign being Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. What I'm looking at is a situation that you would like it to be moving all in one direction, but it's not yet. In your mind, you had been doing all of those, taking all of those steps, but then it could have been the virus, it could have been the lockdown, put a hold on your plans. And that has got you in a spot which is sort of mixed anger, mixed cajoling, mixed, making fun, poking fun of yourself, a little bit of self-irony, but all in all, a bit of bitter dissatisfaction. And what I'm looking at here, too, is the idea of you wanting to gallop ahead, really, literally push forward so strongly. And, well, here we go. We've got 4 cards that have come out from the bottom of the deck. The Sun Genius, the Temperance card, is illuminated by this. The Ace of Swords, the Emperor, the Hanged Man, and the Three of Cups. Now, it's as if these 4 cards seem to be giving me a stream, calling, coming out, telling a story of a stream of consciousness that's behind that Temperance card. On the surface, you're very cool, calm, and collective and have all the patience in the world. And what's going on underneath? Well, you know that there's something you have to face. This is definitely a call to the emergence of a truth that you weren't expecting to have to face. But being the Emperor that you are and being the control, you want that control, Libra, you're thinking that to be able to get that control, you have to literally change your perspective. Why? So that you can enjoy the fact that you too were able to adapt. You too were able to roll with the punches, especially in this very trying time. So, this Temperance card is all about taking time and having the patience to wait, because the necessary processes for the proper, and I'm going to use the word mood, the proper mood to emerge needs time. So that's, let's say that, Libra, that is one way to see that Sun Genius, that Temperance card. But then there's this very fast energy of the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is there that just doesn't want to quit. And I have the Four of Wands. Of course, they're running towards a sense of stability. It doesn't want to quit because it wants to move to that area of stability. Then there's the Queen of Cups, and I can say that many of you may be involved with a water sign, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or the Pisces, but it is a benevolent nonetheless. If you're not involved with them, it is a benevolent energy, and it does talk about smooth sailing again into a relationship. You want, higher up, highermost up on your mind's list is making plans to make everything go well. Playing house. You want to get that house in order so you can both move in. You want to offer that certain someone a house. These are all examples. You want to have that person of your dreams feel comfortable enough so that they will just slide into the yes, 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 yes mode. Now, undoubtedly, there is something that has put a damper on your dreams and your energy. Now, this Eight of Cups, let's take a look of that, because it's a card of that I always called work in progress card. Okay, and here we have literally more of the same. We've got the Queen of Wands. Okay, I can say, and I will say, but I'm not that convinced. You can be involved with a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, but there's more here. There's the Four of Coins. There's you arising from your ashes, and the Lover's card. Again, it's not the Lover's card. Two of Cups. The Lover's card. There definitely is some involvement with a person that you want to please. You really do want to please them. You want them to be pleased in order for it to be reflected directly to you, Libra. And I love the way it's panning out. I love the way the story is coming out. And of course, this a Four of Wands. Again, we have in the main tarot cards. And what do we have? I didn't even put them together. There we go. We've got the Four of Wands. And we've got the Ace of Wands. You definitely are moved by a passion. The Ten of Coins. Because, all right, it's not the issue of seeing a happily ever after scene, no, but it's the issue of making a qualitative jump spiritually with that person and trying to find the right language, their right language of love. The Death card. Let's see what's underneath the deck. The Eight of Wands. You want to rejuvenate your love for them. And very, very quickly. There is a very fast energy in this reading, Libra. I have no doubt about that. I've got the Hermit now, the last outgoing card. I want to take a look at what that Hermit is all about. Let's take a look. Yeah, fear. There you go. Another Temperance card. The Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords. There's fear that you will not be able to make it because there's a weight. There is timing that has shifted in terms of your plans. Let's take the Sibylla cards and get around here. I was going to say a round of applause. Let's go around the spread to see if we can, put our finger on more truths here for you. All right, that animosity coming in the beginning of the spread in the incoming card. We have allegrezza al cuore, happiness in the heart. We have the house domestic, domestico, who hides things, tends to hide things. We have the Doctor now. The Doctor could be an esquire, a barrister, or a lawyer. And here it looks like that, okay, there are, you're still waiting for, half of the story here is, one side of the story could be that you are still waiting for a legal ruling in terms of someone from your past, a situation from your past, a home that you, in some way, for some reason, you are in a legal battle with someone else or some other entity. But that reflects on the situation of love. So here again, it's a rush against time for you to prove yourself in the eyes of someone, it seems, or to, Libra, how can I put it? To put yourself on your own scale and make you come out on the positive side. All right, so now we have that Sun Genius and all of the cards there. This Three of Cups. Now, what's going on here? We have the house, and the house could also be a business, but I think this, I'm reading it as a house. We have the widower who's mourning and the ill one. So there is a situation from the past that you are leaving behind, and you don't want to make the same mistakes. And unfortunately, this timing that's being put on hold is making you be in that a thwarted time, in that time, sort of time warp. I'd like now, Libra, to take a look at these lovers here that have come out. And I'm seeing sighing, and the patience, you're being tried. Your patients are being tried this month of June, Libra, and you still are faithful. This is fidelity. Fedeltà, you're faithful to a dream that you have in relation to another person. And sacerdote. Now, sacerdote here is sort of a nasty kind of card because it seems like, well, nasty in the sense that it hides things, and this is relating to a legal situation, or a barrister or a professional, but I'm seeing it as a legal situation, and you're waiting for a positive outcome. You're waiting for a ruling in your favor. I'm going to take now the runes and cast those to see what else they can add to your situation here. Let's see. All right, so let me get out of the way okay. All right, I have immediately in the core of these runes, I've got the delay runes. All right, so let's start with this. We've got need, and need, I always call it nasty need, nasty need. This calls for patience. This is and I'm not your most patient person in the world. That's why I called it nasty need. There's a delay, there are constraints. It's difficult, and it borders on failure, but I don't see failure in the cards here. It's just timing. You have to wait. Now, I do have another Hagalas. I call this heavy Hagalas. Hagalas is also a rune of delays. It's literally hailed in rune speak. It talks of limitations, forces outside of your control, like a lockdown, for example, that has put a hold on your business, for example. And it's a difficult learning situation here. Again, this also borders on failure, but I don't see failure in the cards here. I don't see it. Then we've got this is AWATS, and it is sort of on its side. So let's say 50%, six or half a dozen here, six of one, half a dozen of the other. AWATS is a rune of movement, of shifts, of changing residences. And in this position, it talks again of a very slow development and delays here in this position. So I got those out of the way. Let's say I got those out of the way. Then I have Kinats here, and Kinats is beautifully bright stave. Kinats is a lovely rune. Kinats is a warm fire. It's a strength, energy, powerful rune. It's things opening up, starting something new. This augurs well with all of the delays mentioned. Okay. Now the terribleness here, is that a word? Then we have this rune is Manats, which is usually like this. It's Merkstave. It flew out, Merkstave. It is all about humankind, interdependence, and you will not receive aid. When it talks about, usually when it's bright stave, you will receive aid. Well, wait for that. You have to take more time for new plans coming in. But we have Anzus. Now, Anzus is a rune that talks of communication, all right? Anzus is about words, advice, wisdom. They're talking about consultancy and communication in the sense of getting counsel from either legal counsel or consultancy concerning something that you're building or something that you're projecting, you're planning. I have Otala here, which are things that money can buy. And you are literally being consumed by a vision, an ideal and of a possession. And, this is what is working against you, that consumption, your obsession on that. But I have Björk here, Berkana, and this talks about a beginning. It does remind you of a beginning, Libra. And it tells you that if you're it's a fertility rune. So if you're looking to be pregnant, this might be a very good month for that to occur. Berkana also talks about romance or a project. And the key word here is a project. The project needs to be put on hold, needs to be kindled, rekindled. We have Algites here, and thank God, because it's a fortunate influence, a new influence. Friendship is the key. Ask friends for help. With Algites here, this is a protective rune, and if you could remember that, it will help you have the patience you need. Success! With Sohilo the sun, this is Sohilo, literally, it's success. Success. Success, great power, victory. Libra, I know you will be tried, your patience will be tried, but success is on its way. Namaste, Libra. Until we read together again. Bye-bye.